Teysa Orzhov Scion versus Izoni, Thousand-Eyed, new Guilds of Ravnica commander. And we have... that is a questionable hand, but if we get into white then it's not terrible. So I'm going to risk it. I like the Lightning Greaves we can get down on turn 2. Not too eager to get down Viscera Seer without any reason to. Yeah, Bojuka Bog, getting that out so early is not great either. I'm just going to hope that we get into another land. But yeah, we can get down Bojuka Bog on the second turn if we don't get into a land. Not too eager to... yeah, that's not what we wanted to draw into. Yeah, I was going to say not too eager to ruin our opponent's day with a Bojuka Bog. We might get to see some fun plays with Izoni Thousand-Eyed. More black mana, excellent. For black and green and sack a creature, you can gain a life and draw a card. It's a 2/3 for 6 mana, and when it enters with, I think it's a green and black insect. Yeah, it's not a worm, it's an insect per creature that is in your graveyard. So it's usually a self-mill / dredge strategy. And we'll just get down our Viscera Seer now that we can protect it. And move on to Teysa, our Orzhov commander. 2/3 for 3 mana. You can sacrifice 3 white creatures to exile a target creature. And then whenever a black creature you control dies, you get a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. This is enchanting a player. Whenever, at the beginning of the enchanted player's upkeep, they lose 5 life unless they sack a non-land permanent or discard a card. Okay, I think we'll just be taking 3 off of that. How much does that cost to put out? 4 mana. Alright, I think we have to do a really boring demonic tutor here for a white source. We'll just get down... Cabal Coffers is tempting with the Urborg, but unfortunately we'll have to go for... I think we can just go for a basic plains, because we have Urborg out and it's more difficult to get rid of a basic plains. We'll go for Enlightened Tutor at the beginning of... or at the end of our opponent's next turn, and that might get us into a Phyrexian Arena or Sol Ring, something like that. If we get into another white source, a Sol Ring would actually be really nice for us. But I'm assuming that they've got some kind of means of... oh, that's the wrong mana. I'm assuming they have some kind of means of getting rid of a Phyrexian Arena with all that untapped green mana. So I think we'll just go for it. Yeah, we'll just go for it, and if they have it, they have it. If not, then it's great for us. We'll lose 3 life to that, and we'll go for the Phyrexian Arena. No need to tap down the white mana. We can show them that we have swords or something like that. And just in case they're holding up, I don't know if black and green have any kind of flash creatures, but I don't like the fact that they've held up all their mana there. And I can't see them casting their commander because they'd get little to no value off of it, although they could. For Golgari and sack a creature, they could gain a life and draw a card. We are going to lose a whole heap of life over the course of this game. But we might get into more white here. We do not. Ophiomancer with Divine Visitation is really nice though. So why don't we go? I think, seeing as how this is such a slow game so far, I think we have to Anguished Unmaking, hold up Anguished Unmaking, because we're losing so much life off of that Torment, and I'm not in any mood to start discarding cards, considering how far behind I think we are in terms of fixing. So I think we have to hold up Anguished Unmaking. Not really sure what our opponent's doing, if they're just waiting to do something to us. But we'll take our final 3 points of damage and get rid of the torment of scarabs. Monastery Mentor is nice. Unfortunately, well, when we get down Divine Visitation, that'll do some work for us. I think we just go for Ophiomancer. And we can't hold up Volrath's Stronghold, so we can just tap that down. And we get a snake at the beginning of our opponent's upkeep. And that will be good sacrifice fodder for the Viscera Seer. And have they just been holding up removal this whole time? They have. So we'll just sacrifice Viscera Seer with the Viscera Seer and scry 1. Cabal Coffers. Oh, well, I regret. I'm going to put it on top just because we have the Urborg. And if we get into another white source, then that is all the mana we will ever need. Will be nice, of course, to get into another white source. But I think they're just holding up. They've just been holding up removal all that time for us. Ogre Slumlord is something to do with rats. Rats you control have Death Touch. Whenever another non-token creature dies, you can create a 1/1 black rat creature token. So I'm guessing that this deck runs solely off of targeted removal. And we get to draw a couple of cards, of course. We get into another white source, which is really nice. So I think we just get down Divine Visitation. Real shame not to get that down with the Ophiomancer. But we've already done that in a previous game, so that's that achievement unlocked. Yeah, would have been nice to get down the Monastery Mentor before that as well, but I think our opponent is holding up targeted removal for us. We will, of course, be taking 3 from the Ogre Slumlord next turn. But if we can get down Cloud Goat Ranger next turn, Cloud Goat Ranger will enter with 3 4/4 Angel tokens with Flying and Vigilance. Do they have Vigilance? I think they come in as Sarah Angels, don't they? With Flying and Vigilance, yes. So that is going to do some work for us, unless they remove the Divine Visitation on the stack. We'll have to see. If they only have 2 cards left in hand, but those Angels will stop the Ogre Slumlord swinging in. Okay, we're getting into white mana, that's really good. Yeah, we need to use the double white to get out the Cloud Goat Ranger. I was thinking that getting into the Umezawa's Jitte with the Monastery Mentor in play would be really nice. Unfortunately, I think we're just going to have to play it now to maximise the use of our mana. We'll see if they have any instant speed removal for that Divine Visitation. I think they might do. Or they might just be blowing up the Cloud Goat Ranger right now. They are not. And we can actually go for the Jitte. And it's a little bit of life gain for us. So we'll see if they have any targeted removal right now. Because we'll move the Lightning Greaves over to this Angel. And I'm sure if they have anything to say about it, then they will. Looks like they're going to remove in response, which is actually okay. And that will fizzle. So we'll just go for another equip, and if they have another means of getting rid of another Angel, then it at least gets the last card out of their hand. It doesn't look like they do, so we'll swing in with both creatures. And we, of course, Vigilance being the great ability that it is, we get to hold them back as blockers, hold the Angels back as blockers. I think I think keeping an Angel is more important than keeping the Viscera Seer, to be honest. As good as Viscera Seer is in this deck, I think I just want to keep back an Angel and make it really difficult for our opponent to get rid of, especially seeing as how that's the one that's equipped with a Jitte. Okay, Guild, exile a target creature. Yeah, we don't want them to have the token, and we also don't mind the scry either. So we'll just sacrifice that in response, and Gilded Lotus gets us more mana. Yeah, I think we can have that on top. The further away we can get from our opponent with regards to mana, the better. It is, of course, more white mana for us as well, so I think our coloured mana is well and truly fixed now. Hopefully managed to stem the bleeding. Don't have any creature cards in their graveyard. They've been pretty unlucky on that front, but that's what happens when you run lots of targeted removal. I'm going for a Wild Speaker. That will probably create a Beast token. And it does. And I don't think the Jitte wants you to deal damage to... It's just damage to anything. Yeah. So as long as we deal damage to anything, including a Planeswalker, we get the counters on that. And they wisely do not swing in. Elesh Norn. I think I want to get some more tokens with the Monastery Mentor. So I'm going to tap down Cabal Coffers. And we get 8 mana from that, so we want to white, and then we go in for a Gilded Lotus, and that will get down an Angel token off the Monastery Mentor thanks to Divine Visitation. And then we have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could go down for Elesh Norn now. But, yeah, I don't see why we... If they top deck a board wipe, then they've got it, but... Yeah, I don't think I mind going down for that, to be honest. We'll just go 1, 2, try and smash our opponent here. And that is 1 and 2. Pretend to hold up swords or something of the like. And then we get the Lightning Greaves onto an Angel. One of them can swing in at Garrick, the other one at our opponent. And we can swing in with Cloud Goat Ranger. In fact, we can just swing in with everything at our opponent because they only have a couple of 1/1s in play now, thanks to Elesh Norn. And we know that they have nothing in hand. And Ogre Slumlord, I think, would have thrown out a rat token there. But thanks to Elesh Norn, the rat token doesn't stick around. Oh no, it's whenever another non-token creature dies, so it wouldn't have given him a rat anyway. And we'll see what our opponent ripped into off the top. They just go for a Izoni. They do get nothing here, actually. They would have gotten an insect off of that thanks to the Ogre Slumlord, but it dies instantly thanks to Elesh Norn. They go for gaining a life and drawing a card off of their own beast. I think this might be the win. And yes, it is. They've conceded. So that is the power of Divine Visitation, apparently. Really glad to play it a second time. I was really looking forward to this card coming out, and it is not disappointing thus far in this Teysa token deck. So I hope that you're all enjoying that. The first time I released this deck, it didn't do so well. It did much better against Garrick Teague. So I'm just releasing another video to see how this one does. And it might be that the last video only did well because people wanted to see Garrick Teague. And if that is the case, then it's good to know, because that might encourage me to make a Garrick Teague deck of my own. But if this deck does well, I assume that it's because of Teysa, which would make me very happy because it's one of my favourite decks, and any excuse I can find to play it suits me down to the ground. So I am tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the video.